Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, huh?
I guess I'll take these off.
Yeah, it's not too bright.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit, especially since you've seen Danielle.
Yeah, I feel like turning the corner, the awful feeling is just every now and then. It's not 24/7. So,
Second trimester.
yeah, we're in it, and I think things are getting better.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
so on that, we had 2 appointments that we went to.
Yeah. This is being filmed the day before you're watching it, but today we had the baby appointment,
Yeah.
and then the day before was actually a different appointment for me. And I know we kind of briefly touched on this, and I was very kind of like vague on it all, and
Well, we didn't really know much either.
yeah, that's what I was gonna, because we didn't really know too much, and family had a whole bunch of stuff going on too, where I didn't want to say anything and have them have extra stress and worry about anything, and so I just kind of kept it vague between me, you, and then a couple friends.
Yeah.
But so the doctor I did go see the other day was the oncologist. It was a gynecologist oncologist, and that's the one that's, obviously we're checking on whatever growth was going on there. And so I mean, it's good news. Said most likely it's what's most common, which would be a benign tumor. On the other end, the malignant side is be a lot more rare, especially my age and everything like that. So it's just most common thing it could be is a benign tumor. Definitely recommended to go ahead and get it out.
Well, it's been growing.
Yeah.
It's grown in size, and they did say we could wait and then have like a C-section and take out the tumor.
Yeah.
At that point, but you never know how big it'll get,
Yeah.
if it'll take up room, if it'll induce an early labor.
Yeah, so it could, multiple things that could happen with not taking care of the surgery now. But second trimester's the safest to do it. So say we'll wait and just take it out via C-section, which I didn't want to do a C-section in general, but obviously if that's what we have to do, that's fine. But yeah, they did say as it grows, it's more risk for torsion, or something could happen, we go to preterm labor, and you don't want to do surgery that late, because then that can cause preterm labor and everything like that. So the doctor definitely felt like the best thing would be to do it now.
And then we talked to the OB, and
Yeah.
she said the same thing. She felt very confident about it. She said, at this point where she is in her pregnancy, this is the absolute best time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Safest for the baby as far as anesthesia and everything like that. The growth of the baby is enough to handle stuff, but not big enough to be in the way. If it's going to be done, now's the time. So,
and she actually did say, because that's what I talked to the other doctor, and I was like, I just want to talk to the OB as well, just to kind of see about the baby and everything like that. And he was like, oh, 100%. And she was glad. She said, yes, I'm glad we're doing this route with surgery, 100%. This is what needs to happen, and this is the safest time.
yeah.
So, boom.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It was a weird... At first, when we found out it got bigger, I was like, oh, no. Like, this sucks. Like, I don't know much about it, and I don't know the growth, how quickly it grows, or if it's okay or bad or whatever. And I was like, ugh. And then he just sat there for way longer than I expected and talked to us, and then I asked questions, and just... me going into it, not knowing any medical stuff, I know nothing about it. He made me feel comfortable about it, and made me feel like, all right, I feel like he's not just rushing us in and out. He's not just being like, hey, do this, whatever. He gave us like what I felt was genuine advice. And then when we went to the OB and told her, it just felt very genuine, and
it's a very good care team.
Yeah, and it puts us at peace, I guess, knowing that, you know, with everything going on, not just like pregnancy, Lucy, no, not just pregnancy or anything like that. Just we've been going through a lot, like you guys know. To have the peace of mind of this part of it was good. It was, it's just something that we don't have to deal with. Lucy, go.
And
go.
Also, the OB and the gynoc, my OB actually did residency with him, so they have a great rapport.
Yeah.
And so that's always great too. And you just, I don't know, I feel I can speak for both of us here, feel very comfortable with it all, honestly. And the surgery itself is very simple. It's outpatient too, so it is general anesthesia, but it's outpatient. So I don't know, I feel comfortable. I feel good about it.
Well, and they did too, not to go into too much detail or nothing, but they're trying their best to save the ovaries, and they gave us the full education on if we take one out, what could happen if it happens again to the other one, and then
like on the other end, we would have to get like yearly ultrasounds to catch to make sure I don't get another growth on that, because odds are I probably would.
Yeah.
Then they want to catch it early, so the goal is to try to keep the ovary.
Yeah, and they said too, like they were trying to keep it in case we want to have another baby, which it is. You still can have a baby with one ovary. It starts to like work overtime and actually get bigger. And they were trying to save it. And we said, you know, honestly, at this point in our life, we feel like we only want one kid, one and done type of situation. And it kind of made it look like he was a little relieved by it whenever we said that, because they want to do everything they can to help whoever they're helping. And if you start taking ovaries out and stuff, you know, you're starting to complicate things. And if they're trying to save it, they said that it could be where it gets scarred and it gets real tough, and then, you know, things happen later. And so with us saying worst case scenario, if they have to pull the whole ovary out, it puts them at peace. So I feel like, not that they wouldn't already do a good job, but I feel like there's less at risk, and they could be more comfortable doing it, knowing that we're okay if we don't have another kid. Because I couldn't even imagine being a doctor that's trying to save an ovary, and someone wants more kids, and you.
Which again, we can have more kids with the other ovary.
But still, as a doctor, you're trying your best, and then if you could take that,
I think it's
stress away, it just makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah, and I think it was more so a risk for a tubal pregnancy, which is a whole nother thing. But I think to try and save me from having to get both ovaries out, where I would have to be on like hormones and everything, which isn't good for the cardiovascular system. But again, even if that happens, if that's what it has to be later on, that's just what it has to be.
Yeah.
But as right now, we got a game plan. We feel comfortable. Baby's great.
Everyone said so far that it's super healthy. That every single time they're like, it's moving a lot. And, you know, so today we did get the sonogram and everything, and it's roughly the size of an orange, and the heart rate's still doing really well. It was upside down, and its legs were up, and
I mean, just like, we'll have to show on one of the channels like a picture of the sonogram.
I took video.
Yeah, too. Like, its little head was just facing down.
Yeah.
And then just neck all crunched up and legs all.
Yeah. It's interesting seeing it, and maybe it's just us and whatever, we don't know, but you look at the sonogram and you can see the whole profile of the face, nose, mouth, everything. You just see it so perfectly clear. Whether it's that or not, I don't know. Maybe it's just where like we think that's what it is, but it looks very much like a face. And to actually see the growth and everything, it's wild to see. It's sometimes I guess it's like easy to forget. Like Brandon, he was up and he just kept saying, he's like, dude, I just like, it doesn't even seem real. Like, you're gonna have a kid. Like, this is crazy. I said, it doesn't even seem real to me until we see the sonograms, because then it's like I'm physically seeing my child. Clearly, like today we ate lunch, kind of just sitting there, and I kind of just put my hand there, and I was like, it's just crazy that like our baby's in there, and like it's like, I know a lot of y'all keep saying, well, we want to see the baby bump. There's a little itty bitty baby bump, but it's not worth showing.
I said, baby, that's my pre-pregnancy awful lifestyle.
I don't think
bump.
that's what that is. If it is, it really got to one spot there. Lucy, no. But yeah, so as of, I don't know, the last, I guess technically since the weekend, it's been pretty good weather. It's a little cold, but everything thawed out when Brandon was here. It got super mushy, nasty. Now it's finally like pretty dried up. Again, we do like to keep stuff private, but there has been things going on, and there still are, and we're just not at the point right now to be full-blown back to where we were, full-blown building, pumping out videos, doing everything. It is nice for both of us to be out here, and we're gonna attempt to do like a Crocker Life and stuff. It's nice
to be feeling better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's nice to be kind of back to normal a little bit, and that's just dealing with stuff, and then also pregnancy and just everything. This is the first amount of like normal we've had in a little while, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, but this week has been like the furthest thing from normal. But I guess right now out here,
that's what I mean. Being here right now, in the moment, is the most normal it's been. It is, with what's been going on. Again, you never want anybody to go through anything, clearly, but it is like a big eye-opening moment and stuff of just like, all right, what is important in life? What do we actually want out of life? What do we care for, don't care for, all that type of stuff. And my mind's just been racing nonstop lately of just like, all right, like, what makes me happy? What do I care for? What do I care to do? Like all that stuff. It's just, people like, oh, Jason's getting bored. He's starting to talk. He's getting lonely. He's starting to say this or that. It's just a lot has been on my mind, and your mind, and just a lot of different emotions and feelings and things going on, and with so many setbacks out here, and just so many different things that are out of your control. It's just one of those things. It's just very hard to, I guess, wrap your mind around it. I guess, I don't know. It's hard to even talk about, I guess, and describe it. But staying motivated and moving and stuff during like a weird period. I don't think it's really talked about all that much on YouTube. It's just always rainbows and butterflies, and like every channel you watch is just like, we're building our house, we're doing the homestay, we're doing this, and it's just weird. In the weird times, it's like, do we just not get on YouTube? Do we just focus on ourselves? Do we just try our best with posting? What? And that's just kind of, I don't know, I guess it's been on my mind, because it's like I told Danielle, I said, I don't think since I started YouTube I've gone any longer than like 5 to 7 days without posting. And as of right this second, I feel like I wish I can go like a month, and it's just everything kind of at one time happened, and that's just like, I don't know what to feel, what to think, what to do. And I guess at the end of the day, it feels good to know that if we did take time off, you guys would support, and you guys would care enough to allow the time for us to do what we want. But at the same time, we're also the same type of people that need to stay busy to keep our minds moving in the right direction. And
in other words, we stop and think about every little thing that we need to change, or
that could change,
or it's just like, it's almost like overthinking
yeah
so much about, I don't know, you know, if you focus too much on like one thing, it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
So if you're not like moving and doing things, and you're just thinking about that, then it's, I don't know, it just makes it worse than it needs to be.
Yeah. So in the moment, we're taking the time that we need to do with everything behind the scenes of what's been happening.
Yeah. I guess it's vague, but it's just more so this stuff can wait.
This stuff out here.
Yeah, this stuff out here can wait. But again, now that weather's getting better, I'm feeling better. I think it's gonna get back to like just game on. I don't know. The sun's out. It's like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Positivity is just nice. We know what's going on with me. We know baby's okay. It's just like, got through that. That's good. And then, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird to describe at all. Trying our best because you guys do support and you guys want to know and all of that. But to not be such a Debbie Downer on this whole video, I'm going to be more of a Debbie Downer on myself. I got a haircut and I don't like it.
We've been with my family and they were like,
I thought they were roasting me.
There's Jason got a haircut where you weren't wearing a hat either.
Yeah, so everyone was like, something's off.
Yeah, they were like, I don't think I've ever seen you without a hat.
So it's very rare that I will go somewhere, do something without a hat on.
Yeah.
And then,
now everybody liked it. They were like, looking good.
Yeah, but I didn't know if they were just saying that.
No,
I felt like they were saying it.
You're just self-conscious.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like not wearing a hat, and I don't like haircuts. But so if anything, out of all this, you guys will be happy I cut my hair. I've heard enough from you guys, and I didn't cut it because of you guys saying anything. Just needed to clean up right now. But it's a weird time, I guess, but it's like the happiest time.
It's kind of like what you were talking about, but
you have your highs of highs and lows of lows, and it's, I don't know. Again, it's a good reminder to just live life and do what makes you happy. And I don't think we need to focus on things that don't really matter as much. If it's like I'm like anybody else. You can get caught up in politics. You can get caught up in the news. You can get caught up in some drama that's happening on whatever.
Yeah.
You can get caught up in stuff with your family or friends or maybe with your job or whatever. And at the end of the day, you just have to like stop and think. It's like, what if I just don't do my job for the day? Will it change anything? What if I just don't watch the news for the day? Will it change anything? Like what at the end of the day, what do I want? And all you really want is happiness for yourself and those you care about. And it's easy to get wrapped up in other things. And when you have your highs and your lows, it helps you really balance that out and figure out what you want. And I know it's vague, and I know it's kind of, we haven't said a lot, but I think things that we're learning in life is, yes, we do share a lot of our life with you guys, but like privacy is great. And it's just, if we don't say anything, it's for a reason. You guys know I say a lot and I talk a lot and I put a lot out there. And if we don't say things, just know, hey, we're just asking for you guys to keep us in your thoughts and prayers. We're asking you guys to just have patience or whatever, but the details shouldn't matter. It's just, this is our time to do what we feel like we need to do for ourselves. And I don't know how to be any more vague than that.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. It's just, I guess for once on YouTube, we're sticking to the privacy side of things, and I feel like this is the time to do it. And
It was just, yeah, because I know you had said,
I'm just talking in general about
Yeah.
everything being
oh,
not so much, but
yeah, I guess we didn't like put everything out there that's been going on and stuff too. And you said prayers for, it's our family, but my side of the family, but they're just private people, and
Yeah.
there's no need to
no.
put it out there.
It's one of those things like people say all the time, just looking for silent prayer or silent prayer requests, unspoken. Yeah. So it's like you don't need to know the details. Just know we're going through some stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's just kind of where we're at on that. But like everything, and this is not the first time we've been in the situations. It's just there's different chapters of life. There's good, there's bad, there's right down the middle, and it's nice to have friends and family that no matter where you're at in that, you're just in a good spot. And I think knowing that and being as I can't think of the right word right now. It's not the word I'm going for here, but as good as you can in the situation, like you still feel good, you still whatever, knowing that we can feel that way because we do have a kid on the way. That's not the right way to describe any of this right now, but I guess all I'm saying is it sucks that stuff happens. It sucks that you have high highs and low lows, but I don't know how to describe it. I don't know.
It's life.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It's very rare that I'm speechless, so we'll just leave it at that, I guess. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Again, hopefully things start to really get back to normal. We're just as excited to build as you guys are to see it. We're just excited to have the baby as you guys are to see it. We're just as excited to find out the gender as you guys. And no matter what, this is a promise that I can make you guys. Danielle's mom, you will not find out the gender. She has been hounding us. She wants to know, and she's not going to know.
Yeah.
We have to tell the people at the hospital and whatnot, like, we're not trying to know.
Yeah.
If you see something, don't say it.
Yeah. If you see something, don't say something.
Yeah, don't tell us. As long as the baby's healthy, that's all we're looking for here.
Yeah.
But it is nice, too. We talked about it today after leaving the doctor or whatever, and we had the sonogram, and Danielle's kind of looking. I said, quit looking. Stop looking, counting legs. If we were to find out, it would still be very exciting.
Yeah, or not like if they're scanning and you see something.
Yeah, it was meant for us to see at that time.
Yeah, and that's totally okay. Like, I truly am okay
Yeah.
with whatever
Yeah.
way we find out, whether it's accidentally during a sonogram
Yeah.
or at birth,
Yeah.
you know.
But I guess what I'm getting at with that is it gives us something very exciting to look forward to. And I guess that's kind of what I was trying to say earlier was through the highs and through the lows, we have that constant excitement that's keeping us going. And honestly, it's clearly our situation is different than some people, but it's like if you're going through some crap in your life, just find something that you can stay excited about. And ours just happens to be our baby right now.
Yeah, and one could say too, it's like everything out here is very exciting, but the reality of it too is very also defeating
And disappointing.
and almost feels impossible sometimes.
Yeah.
But I mean, anybody that's done this, like built themselves and gone through this and that, and like this, I mean, I guess even whenever you hire things out, it's always
it's
always something. So this out here is still very exciting, but it's just very also defeating at the same time.
Yeah.
That's what Brandon even texted you and was like, hey, like, what did he say?
He said, hey, I know sometimes it's easy to, like, not see it, but, dude, look around. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm looking at the footage and stuff, and, like, y'all done so much. And, of course, he came out here when we first got it and stuff like that. And he's like, dude, not many people build a barn and build all this stuff and do all these things. And, like, you know, it's easy to get wrapped up in it and overthink it stuff. But, like, just look how much you guys have done. And
Especially, like, you know, when people try and, like, downplay and, like, you don't have this, you don't have that, or whatever, and, like, demean everything. It's
Yeah.
easy to be like, and again,
It's
just the hold up of the weather, the hold up with the concrete, the hold up with just everything. It's so easy to just be like,
yeah. And it's easy to talk down to somebody when you haven't done anything yourself because you don't know the struggle, you haven't done it, you don't know any of that. But it was a good reminder, and it's like, that's how I know I have a good friend that would text me something like that. And again, I know everyone goes through things, and everyone goes through things at different times and whatnot, but I truly think the best thing you can do is just have something that's a constant thing that gets you excited, whether it's a hobby or even you like to watch a YouTube channel every day, or, you know, a series on TV, or you like to go to church every Sunday, or whatever you have. If you have something to look forward to every day or every week or whatever, it really does help you get through the times where you're just like, man, this sucks. Like, why is this happening? Why did that happen? Or whatever. So I really do feel like our baby came at the right time, and I'm a big, firm believer in everything happens for a reason. And let's just say, for whatever reason, something happens to Danielle's ovaries over time or whatever, like, we had our baby.
and
like,
I mean, the reason why we know it's there too is because
of the baby.
yeah. So
And that's what the doctor said too. He said, honestly, you probably didn't have known unless you got the sonogram.
yeah,
So
that's why too. If the ovary does have to come out, I'll have to get yearly ultrasounds for the other one to try and catch it early.
yeah,
Something starts growing over there.
yeah,
But yeah, so I mean, truly, things do happen.
yeah.
Like the timing is crazy. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy how things work.
What are the odds that we found something when you got pregnant?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's
Yeah.
It's crazy. Definitely, the odds are in our favor, and it's stuff like that that you have to, like, remember and be excited about, and try to think of the positive. It's easy to go down a bad hole if you focus on it, but if you have these other things, then it really helps. But yeah, 28 minutes of telling you almost nothing.
Yeah.
But
but we got guys got a good update. in
yeah,
there. So, and again, like, I am just feeling so much better.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I'm going to be here more. And yeah, kind of like we said in the beginning, getting back to a little bit of the normalcy
yeah, and
of things.
that'll help a lot with
Yeah.
with everything. Better
Jason's
weather.
been
and,
holding down the fort,
yeah,
which, as our story goes, that chapter will forever be told of how you just stepped up and took care of everything just so I could just be miserable and rest.
yeah. Either you're gonna be miserable here with me, or be miserable with
You
the
said,
baby at the
"Good,
house.
I don't want you miserable around, as everybody's gonna be miserable."
No, I meant you be miserable because of me.
Oh,
Or you just go to the house in town and be miserable with the baby.
I just thought.
Yeah. So that's our update.
Yeah.
Again, we're gonna attempt to post as many times as we can as on our normal schedule.
Yeah.
But if we don't, y'all got the gist of it, of kind of what's been happening. And
I think just this week's been weird, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
a little bit of a catch up, and then back to it.
yeah, and then now that the weather's better, truly just every aspect of it will be rocking and rolling.
But there's just been so many things that we haven't been able to do because of the weather, like staining, painting,
Oh,
even
yeah.
like that type of stuff.
Just simple.
Yeah, so we can get caught up on
Yeah.
so much, and it's great. It's great.
Yeah, so we're at that point, so pretty happy with it. Hopefully you guys have a great day, and we will just update y'all whenever we can. Again, this week, who knows, but it'll be back to normal soon. So
Yeah.
we'll catch you on the next one.